Welcome to the Carnivore Cave, where I'm talking about making America healthy again. Alright, I've been watching this one guy, he's an Australian guy, Zero Carb, I think it's called, and he always asks the question, how did you find Carnivore Diet? And I'm like, well, back when I was growing up, my mom and dad back in the 60s, I think in the 70s, I think they bought a freezer when I became a teenager, like 10, back around the 70s. I was about 10 years old, 1970. And, but they always, Mom cooked in an iron skillet. I mean, she didn't like to make deep fried chicken, but she used bacon grease. The breading probably wasn't the best thing in the world for you to eat, but it wasn't cooked with seed oils. My grandmother cooked it in bacon fat, and beef tallow. But these seed oils, I don't know why they even started selling them to tell people you can put this on your food and your salads. I mean, it's like putting Indian oil on your food. And I mean, I personally never liked vegetables. I was really never into it that much. My parents, when they bought a freezer, they'd go out and get half a cow, really. And that's what they did. They stocked stocked up and just the normal thing, their meat. I like meat. I was mostly a meat person. I did like potatoes, meat potatoes. But my mom, she liked to have the pastas and stuff. And, she liked to make homemade chilies and stuff. And I guess I liked it. Pasta, the spaghettis. Probably only did back then. But basically, we grew up in Whole Foods. We didn't really have a lot of processed foods back then. And I think there was cereal, but there was always a thing about sugar, putting sugar on your cereal. And I think that's and I drank a lot of pop back then. Soda pop. But everything had high fructose corn syrup in it, And we drank a lot of that stuff. And nobody ever said, oh, it was going to, clog your arteries later on and give you diabetes. But I pretty much, whenever I ate, I mostly went for the meat. I never ate that much vegetables. I couldn't stand eating vegetables. Lettuce and I slowly got into it sometimes to go along with the old lady, my wife, because they have to have a salad. Like, I don't want to eat a salad. I did like cottage cheese. I ate a lot of cottage cheese. I guess that's pretty good for you. Whole milk. I never liked skim milk. I always wanted the whole milk, the most fat in it. I always had pretty good teeth, though, up until we all had to brush our teeth, with the fluoride, Fluoride was in anything, and it said keep the teeth white and shit, and I started filtering out fluoride out of my system years ago, probably a decade ago, and about 5 years ago, I quit drinking soda pop. Trust or it's always somebody driving on this road. I'm just taking it easy. Usually I'm like bookend around in here. Mary's like way ahead of me. But I quit drinking soda pops like Coke. I never drank Coke. I was a Pepsi drinker. Pepsi and Dr. Pepper. I like Dr. Pepper and Pepsi. But I quit drinking all that way back about 5, 6 years ago. Everybody said, well, you're on the keto diet. I wasn't on any kind of diet back then. That was before I had my congestive heart failure. And I was still eating, a lot of sugary thing. I put sugar in everything. But I never thought that seed oils would be a cause of problem. So I like the French fries in the air fryer, but all of them, they're all cooked in seed oils. I mean, they can't. So I'm gonna have to give up the those. Right? Every road I come to, there's a car coming. Usually it's not that busy. This is Monday. Seed oils. I tried different seed oils, and I like the peanut oil. When I used to cook, I used to eat popcorn. Well, I ate a lot of popcorn in my life, and I had to give that up because it's corn. And I used to cook it in peanut oil and butter. I put a lot of butter on. I ate a lot of butter, so I did get fat in my diet. I was pretty much most of my life. I never really went to the doctor that much. I mean, I stayed away from doctors like the plague. I only went to see a doctor when I was having some problems, That's a blood pressure problem. I think I might have had a mini stroke one time. Maybe, I don't know if it was a mini stroke. I had this horrible headache one time, and I went into the doctor's, and he had to give me something to stop it from hurting so much. My blood pressure was skyrocketing. I had noticed I had some problem. That was a long time ago. He got me on blood pressure pills, and I got normalized. But I continued to eat sugary things, and I slowly gave up a lot of stuff over the years. But I pretty much was, whenever time we went to a buffet or something, the first place I'd go to is eat meat. I wouldn't eat all that junk, but most of there was deep fried stuff. And most of it was all deep fried, and I didn't think about it too much. But I was always eating the meat or the steak or whatever beef, ham, meat they had. That was there. That's what I usually eat. Or the fish. I just like the seafood. I just eat the fish. I like the French fries, but I recently cut that out. I've been cutting out fries and just about the only thing I did left that I ate was fries. And I started cutting that out. I have a lot of problems in my back, in my arms, my right arm. It would flare up here. Last month or a couple weeks ago, I had a flare up in my elbow, and I couldn't move my elbow. I thought I was paralyzed. in my arm, my whole arm. I couldn't hardly move my arm, right arm. And I don't know what it was. And I realized that I think I put some crushed onion, dried onions on a steak or something, I think. And we were eating the onion rings, and I couldn't figure out why my arm was hurting all the time. And I couldn't eat it. I put that on there. And I believe it was the onions that was giving me inflammation in my right arm. I have a damaged nerve in my right arm, my elbow, and my wrist. I broke my right wrist when I was 13. And then when I was 21 or 2 or something like that, I tore ligaments on my right wrist. So I have an injury in my right arm. My right arm is kind of messed up. I mean, I played ball and softball up until I was 30s and 40s. I bowled up until the 2000s because that's what I did for a living. I worked in the bowling business. And I bowled up to 2004, probably the last time I bowled, maybe 2003. And that was the last time I actually bowled 20 years ago. Because my arm was so screwed up. I got out of the bowling business because I had trouble working on the machines because the wrenching messes my wrist up. So I had to kind of quit doing that. I went on disability. So I went into driving a truck for a while, and that screwed up my back. Yeah, so I've had mostly injuries that I have had to deal with and pain. And I'll tell you, losing all this weight, you lose 80 pounds, you're not carrying around a second human, almost half the man I used to be. But I ate 80, 60, 70, 80 pounds less, and I feel 100% better. My back doesn't hurt as much anymore, but I still have trouble with my right arm and my neck. But I have degenerative disc disease. That's what I had. That's what declared me disabled. And I dealt with pain for the last 15 years. So how long has it been? Almost 20 years. Until I went on this carnivore diet. I'm probably going to make this a part one. And she's probably up here waiting for me. That's the end of this part one.